people dying, shouldn't hurt you hear them crying. Can you practice what you preach? Or would you turn the other cheek? Father, 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 help us, and some guidance from above. 'Cause right now people have me questioning, where is the love? The love, the love. Where is the love, the love, the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love, the love, the love? Only attracted to the things that'll bring you trauma. Overseas, yeah, we tryna stop the terrorism, but we still got terrorists here living in the USA, the big CIA, the Bloods and the Crips and the KKK. But if you only have love for your own race, then you only leave space to discriminate, and to discriminate only generates hate. And when you hate, then you're bound to get irate. Man, this is what you demonstrate, and that's exactly how anger works and operates. Man, you gotta have love just to set it straight, take control of your mind and meditate, let your soul gravitate to the love, y'all, y'all, the love, y'all, y'all, to the love, y'all, y'all, the love, y'all, y'all, to the love, y'all, y'all, the love, y'all, y'all, to the love, y'all, y'all, the love, y'all, y'all. People killing, people dying, shouldn't hurt you hear them crying. Can you practice what you preach? Or would you turn the other cheek? Father, 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 help us, and some
Good and late.
Seconds remaining.
Yeah, real good and late.
That's true. Forget about how good Witch Doctor is.
5 seconds
So when you
remaining.
look at the offlane, right? You have like Axe, Beastmaster. What else is there? Ember. There's actually like no offlaners. Shaker. Witch Doctor owns all of them. All melee strengths and Beastmaster as summons as well.
I'm trying to think what they want to play offlane for me. Of course, I have no idea what they're going to grab.
Dire team
Offlane.
pick. Earth Shaker.
Shaker. I think that's a Moo hero on the offlane for complexity.
I feel like I don't know. I'm really not sure. It might be just because the hero is not fantastic, but Melons is quite the Earthshaker. Big fan of the hero too.
10
There is the
seconds
Beastmaster. That's
remaining.
a number one Moo hero, honestly, or at least he used to be him. Not sure if he still plays
5
them all that
seconds remaining.
Think about Beastmaster, you think about Moo, it's probably one of the same in terms of what to accomplish on that heroes.
Yep.
We don't really see Earthshaker all that much anymore to begin with, right?
Well, he definitely got phased out.
A couple of nerfs potentially, a lot of changes.
Echo Slam one was.
The Echo Slam, it kind of hurts. It kind of hurts. Makes it a lot harder to get things going. So, we will see as we have 1 minute and 35 seconds left. What are we looking for then? Eventually an offlaner for complexity, eventually an offlaner for each, not to mention. So we're looking at safe laner for both teams. Rather just carry hero in general.
I think the Shaker might be, and they're gonna pick it off. Either way, we're gonna see which it is. I'm not sure what exactly, but
Right. these drafts go so much quicker with bands.
Don't they?
Captain's mode. You have the first 3 bands, and then it's just picking straight on through.
10 minutes.
It's like a completely different style of drafting for both of them, what they have to think about. And you can't even really, we were talking to some of the players, you can't even really scrim it because most people don't want to captain's draft. It's just too...
Radiant team pick.
It's very difficult.
Practices phantoms.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they've been...
Okay, so Beastmaster comes out. Now we know exactly what's going on in complexity. Beastmaster in offlane, Shaker, Winter, Wyvern, support duo, Queen of Pain in mid lane.
So this is what we were talking about. This is a hero.
Yep.
I mean, it makes sense.
There's a lot to watch out for the Shadow Master.
5 seconds
He's pretty strong in
remaining.
lane. You don't really want to leave him alone, especially with a hero like Witch Doctor, but at the same time you have to help mid lane out as well. Because Earthshaker can come in and finish your Winter, Wyvern can Arctic Burn.
Yeah.
You kind of have to pick and choose who to defend in this game.
It's going to be interesting. Shadowfiend, and they definitely want to get him off. Good start, but now the question is, what do EG go for? Again, we talked about the Medusa. Might be a good game for it here. Mana burn, there's not a whole lot available. If EG wanted to go that route, they certainly... They already have a Shadowfiend. I don't even know if you would want to put it in the safe lane if you pick...
I don't think you'd want to. It gives too much control.
Radiant team pick. Ursa Warrior.
Okay.
Dire team pick.
I want to pick...
Axe.
Then the Axe coming out as well. Is this going to be the Sumail Axe in the offlane? We will wait and see. We have one last pick for complexity. Woo! Talk to me about the Axe and the Ursa picks here for EG.
I mean, the Ursa's just good in lane against the Beastmaster. Master's
10
good against
seconds
Ursa.
remaining.
Have high levels in work, but now it has to put down Witch Doctor.
5
All you have to do is
seconds
cast it and hold
remaining.
on.
Yeah.
It's actually worth using because of how much. So it helps them protect Shadowfiend a lot more, right? They can now dedicate a lot more resources with their support heroes to help check runes, help defend him against tanks from Shaker, Winter, Wyvern, and then it's also with the Axe, another offlaner that you don't really want to leave alone against both of these. Right, he can cut the wave if he's solo, or if he's just 2 heroes, Wyvern. Long downtime between Arctic Burn, Shakers, and doing it.
Choose your
Or he
hero.
picked up, okay.
Wow.
This hero was nerfed. Many of your people say completely destroyed.
Yeah.
Unplayable.
It was like... It went from 0 to 60 real quick with that nerf. It was the hero... He gets destroyed by pretty much one patch. You can't attribute shift now while you're stunned. You can still do it while, like, if you activate it beforehand, obviously. Waveform attack, or rather waveform damage has been, well...
At least in this game, the stuns are... see it coming. Right? Like the projectile and the Witch Doctor cast coming out, Impale takes a long time to Axe Call, same thing.
Yeah, I mean... Maybe with a Vendetta from the next assassin for Misery might be a bit better in terms of getting an Impale off, or Sumail has a Blink Dagger, and then it's a lot harder for Chest.
10 seconds remaining.
So
It's just one of these things that's been in the game for so long, you get so used to it.
yeah,
Like, I can't even imagine playing without that mechanic.
yeah, it's very strange. Morphling in general is just so weird with the new Morph Ultimate as well. I guess it's not really a new one. All right, it is the Sumail Axe, the Fear Ursa, and the old standby of RTZ Shadowfiend. So it's going to be on a very comfort hero, which I like a lot. It's for EG regular game.
I like the lane setup of complexity. I feel like Beastmaster applies a decent enough amount of pressure even without having the power. Like Witch Doctor, he wants to sit. That opens the complexity to...
God. Bulba. There's 3
Bulba's everywhere.
There's a picture of Bulba.
Blown himself.
We're going to get into the game. It is game 2, of course, of the
Prepare
5
for
games that we have
battle.
today. EG and Complexity, trying to figure out who is going to play up against OG in our next matchup. And this is probably one of the biggest stories, is what EG is going to do with Sumail in the offlane. How well is he going to play? Right now, he's heading into the safe lane. He might play a solo safe lane position while the rest of them go into the offlane, maybe do aggressive trial and shenanigans for EG, or they just try to dodge whatever Complexity lane. And we will wait and see how this pans out. But for now, just the kind of each hero divvying up and heading to their respective lane.
Yep, it's a good approach to the morphing. Typically gets the attribute shift to level 1, so level 1's completely useless against multiple heroes.
Yep.
But they did scout Sumail as he was walking down into lane, I'm pretty sure.
Supposed to be like this. Morphling
30 seconds to battle.
Nope, it's just me. Look at this.
Oh
I don't know
boy.
what's going on here, but
Dota's all messed up.
yeah, it's not happy. I think maybe it's something to do with... I'm gonna blame Buka for this. This is a him issue for sure.
Shifting the blame on.
That's right. Any complaints, make sure you tweet it at ZioreTV on Twitter. Thanks.
Means a
It really
lot to
does.
us.
It's very important.
Charge, so we just listen.
Yeah, we just follow his directions.
Big man speaking.
Exactly. So we will have the
Yes.
EG squad. We've got RTZ Bounty Rune that Misery picks up as well, but Complexity will grab 2 of their own. Z-Freak will start in the top lane on the Wyvern, blocking the wave. Sure, they can get up there. Jesse's actually already moving down towards bottom. He does not want to deal with that top lane, but we'll see if EG respond accordingly and the Ursa down bottom as well, or if we just keep the lanes stock standard that we have right now.
Putting the creep away from top into. I think Off was the first person I saw to do this. LF1. Oh.
Feels like everybody's doing it now.
Yep, now it's become completely normal. Happens every game.
I think Matema Man tweeted about it. Said how to be an offlane player, and like tweeted that to me.
He was a good guy.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is play, guys.
Full wave, get your level 2. Like that.
Filing out in the mid lane. They understand where the carry is.
RTZ, they know, is going to lead them to the promised land. Limp, he's level 1, he has Shadow Strike. He needs to be a little careful, he's taking some harassment crit, but this is going to secure RTZ's early game, which is very important. Already up to 6 Necromancer stacks. He has a Wraith Band along with it, but obviously this will make maybe a few of the other lanes a little bit harder, although Samuel's having a pretty good time as well as 5 last hits.
And they actually can't do anything. These here don't deal up damage. Stop.
He's just going to spin, and he's going to run up at them, and they're just not going to be able to do 8 tangos. He's going to have a Triangle Boots pretty soon. He'll be fine, honestly. He has no issues right now.
Disaster for complexity. More sure he's going to farm, but Axe gets everything.
So, do you just switch the lanes again, or are already committed? Ooh, look at that call. Look at how quick he gets a spin onto Kyle. He gets 2 spins, 3 spins.
Yeah.
He needs 1 more auto attack. The
helicopter.
Let's use the Fisher defensively, and now he has to leave. They will use the mana burn onto Chessie, and Sumail already super aggressive. I know you're supposed to be on Axe, but man, he got 3 spins, almost bringing Kyle down for solo first blood.
Yeah, and that's just good. He's just going to sit there behind the wave and just cut the creeps.
This is in the off lane. Man, Sumail is just... he's in there.
Bonus. And this is kind of the story for all of Complexity's lane. We have Ursa against Beast top lane. Sure, Beastmaster had a lot of early free and Wyvern, but now
Look at Sumail. Look at this. He's pulled into the camp to get as many spin procs as possible. They're going to try to chase him down. There's the Arctic Burn. The Fisher will block him in. This might be a kill. He stayed a little bit too long trying to get some spins. They'll go for the Call TP. The Impale trying to keep him alive. And the Centaur Conqueror at Stomp on cooldown for 7 seconds. They will get Kyle the last hit, but they have successfully pushed him out of lane. But Fear dives onto the Timber Tower and gets first blood on Temu in a 1 versus 1 matchup. My god. It's good that he got that because he only has 4 CS to the 14 that Mu has.
Yep, the Wyvern started up top, so Ursa could last in the beginning, but now it's completely gone. And look at mid. The Pain has 5 last hits. Shadow Fiend has max soul.
This is a disaster for Limp at this point.
Once this happens, Queen of Pain feels quite useless. A lot of her strength comes from being able to pressure early on in the lane phase. But look at this. Witch Doctor, he's the real doctor. He's healed RTZ up.
Yeah.
Has regen for days as well.
At this point. Just give me that Buddha Restoration. Limp, oh my god, the double raise. Meanwhile, Chessie, they'll get the kill onto Misery down bottom. Like, Misery just out of position potentially as Sumail is rotated back in the lane. They've rotated all 3 heroes down bottom for complexities. They will secure that kill. But we'll keep our eyes peeled on mid where RTZ can keep his spawn. Cast coming out, another raise will hit. The cast will continue to bounce and almost bounces again. And if it did, Limp maybe dies there to the second raise. Perhaps the third if they can get it, but no such luck. However, he is forced back, Brax, to his fountain where he is going to have to heal. He's only at 6 CS now. He's already having a tough time. It's an unmitigated disaster for Limp right now.
Queen of Pain is picked to be able to push your Shadow Fiend, and then now once you're playing all these musical lanes, you don't have best support here to push your stuff. All of a sudden you end up in this complete garbage situation where Queen of Pain can't even last that stuff. There's always a hero sitting in the mid lane protecting him too. Can't gank him. a nightmare. But look, bottom lane, complexity.
Try to make something happen here with the Arctic Burn. They've got the Enchant Totem. He's going to use the call. They avoid it. He has Fisher available for Kyle. Spin's coming out, plus Battle Hunger. Can he get another spin? Kyle, he's actually going to stay alive as the Fisher comes out at the perfect time. And plenty of damage done from Chessie and Z-Freak. So while Sumail is getting a lot in that bottom lane, he will finally get dropped by this complexity tri-lane.
This is the only lane. And all these other lanes, these dead lanes where they just keep.
They were getting plenty of CS from Moo in the top lane, and he's still ahead of Fear, but Fear has caught up significantly after he got that kill. And Misery might look for an Impale, and Axes will come through. We also have something being set up in the mid lane for complexity. We'll keep our eyes there, but now
a lot of heroes.
They're going to have it. There's going to be the Earth Shock, the Mana Burn coming in, Overpower to follow up.
Blocks.
Starting to stack up. Great blocks for Misery, but he doesn't have another Impale for 6 seconds, so not enough to get the kill. Moves a little too tanky, plus the Belt of Strength also keeping up a little bit long. Good attempt there. He will walk back into the tier 1 tower.
Maybe if he had the phase boots, he actually bought them in base. Go buy them from the side shop, right?
No, you're not. I know they changed a lot. They didn't change that. Are you talking about regular boots or phase boots?
Phase boots.
No, you can't buy phase boots. Sorry, I thought you meant
regular.
Oh, okay. They changed that. Which,
what a shame. He actually would have had a kill up top. Yeah.
It's just that you can still buy trends, which is weird. I just don't know why they changed the phase. I don't know. I guess. I'm sure Ice probably knows. Not gonna question his methods. But, as expected, RTZ continues to garner an advantage in this mid lane, a 3,000 net worth lead, or rather, he has 3,000 net worth at this point.
Come on, quit up against level 4.
Yeah, that's not good. He has 2 null tallies, trying to get a range route. This is Poverty Queen of Pain if I've ever seen one.
When this kind of thing happens, Queen of Pain can kind of come back at 6. Kill Shadow Fiend, gank or anything like that, but he gets mana burn once or twice, won't have mana at all.
RTZ looks at the shrine, he
danger.
Arctic Burn, now Sumail's coming in and Kyle has he gets the call up in time. There's the Battle Hunger, Raze comes out, raindrop, but he's dead to the Battle Hunger one way or the other. He will get dropped down, and Sumail will do it with an auto attack. So just a little bit too aggressive of an evasion for complexity, and it will take a turn. Well,
it looks worse than it is, right? Look at the goal lead, it's only less than, it's only 1k-ish. It's not that bad.
Right.
At the same time, you feel like complexity can't, especially around Shadow Fiend's just comfortable jungling now to get Misery.
I mean,
you got some top. You got some.
I'm gonna try with a Fisher here. They already used the waveform. Fear is, he can get out of here with his phase boots. He's pretty speedy, plus he has Earth Shock and Rage, which makes him tanky, so he might survive this. Totem will miss there. The Enrage coming up. He also dodges the waveform damage with the Enrage. Nicely timed from Fear. And that 3-man gank squad isn't going to accomplish anything here. And EG will survive yet another day on this Ursa.
It looks so desperate.
Yeah.
But they really, really want to be able to secure a kill anytime.
Dyer's bottom tower
make it happen.
Taking many wounds.
I mean, you've got an experienced lead right now. You've got plenty of net worth on EG. Especially RTZ and Fear who are up there. Chessie's doing well, but he's going to have to do a lot of work in this particular game and getting back into it. Moo rotates in, and that looked like another desperate play, but there's a ward that scouts him moving up from this hill.
Trying to make anything happen with Roar because they desperately need to tip the scales in one of these lanes going the exact same way.
I mean, it just gets worse and worse. And luckily for me, I don't have the net worth indicator on mine because of layers, but you can see it is a 2k lead at 8 minutes. That's significant, but it's not, you know, completely out of control just yet.
The problem is the roll.
Exactly.
They need to stop that somehow.
They're going to look for Sumail in the bottom lane with Moo and Z-Freak, but Sumail is level 7, and against Z-Freak, he can get caught pretty easily. Plus, no Cold Embrace, and Sumail does so much damage. They have to run away from him and still try to kill him at the same time. Look, at one spin, the Battle Hunger already doing some work. He has the call if he wants to try to dive. He's looking for Z-Freak instead. Another spin call just misses. Animation not quite there in time, but you can see he's just bullying these 2 heroes, and he's solo right now. This allows him to go for something mid. However, they're going to find him in this Mr. Foul. The Enchant Totem coming in, they'll jump at the Fisher, comes up the Stream of Pain as well, the Buddha Restoration. Sonic Wave hitting onto 2, they have cast back up in 1. They need the Splinter Blast, they'll find it, but it's not enough damage. And Crit now, he's the one caught out and killed. But can they turn this around? The cast will continue to bounce, but they will not find it on Kyle. And Complexity will be able to get back up to the high ground. Yes, they get a kill on a support, but it is just a support for them here, Brax.
3-man rotation with Sonic Wave, which not ideal.
We got him, boys.
It is desperate, right? It's something. SF has to go heal, Queen of Pain catches up with experience gold. It's something, and they need that.
Yeah, I mean, I think they can get at this point. This is before Misery has his level 6, obviously. Nick's Assassin Vendetta is going to be big. They missed the Impale on the move. He still might be in trouble. Kyle looking for a picture that stopped them from progressing any further. Yeah, I mean, Sumail is bullying these people. I mean, he's like 4th in the net worth. He's actually going for Vanguard first, interesting enough, instead of going straight for a Blink Dagger, but he's going to be very tough to kill. They just won't have enough damage at this point. And by the way, they went max Wild Axes on Moo. I'm not sure if you saw that. Very interesting.
Normal, actually. I'm not positive.
I've seen a lot of Call of the Wild, but that was like the last patch before 7.0, 17. I thought axes were really good when the new first came out, when Dueling Fates first came out, and you had the damage amplification. Fisher coming out onto crit. He's trying to grab a bounty rune, obviously not successful in doing so. And EG, they're getting plenty of room for both Fear and RTZ. RTZ especially has just been in the jungle, raising camps. He's up to 30.
Untouched.
Attacks.
Thing is, they can't go to gank him because nowhere to go, right? They can't even leave. Pain has to like catch up. For Sonic Wave to come up, pull down. Winter Wyvern and Earthshake, not the highest damage. Low. So even if they find him, what can they?
Right.
And all EG have to do is
wave.
they just have to bring the numbers and they push.
Exactly what EG are doing now. They're going to raise the wave. They have Sumail nearby. Misery is vendetted up. He's still going to be vendetted for quite a long time. He's only halfway through his duration. He could try to find a stun on the length and maybe secure this kill. Ooh, good blink just in time. He sees RTZ trying to dive the tower. He knows there must be an Nyx Assassin. He actually was under the tower. He was spotted by the Vision, I believe. So he was able to blink out in time. Ooh, rotating, looking for it, might find Misery, and he gets off the Spike Carapace in time, but still in a lot of trouble. The Wild Axes, the Necrobook 1, that's a big kill to start off the fight, but now G-Freak's the one getting chased down instead. Up under the high ground with the R2 burn, now they're going to blink it with what they want a Sonic Wave. He's in trouble now too. Stalantros coming out, they want this kill, the Sonic Wave blows him up, and that will be a big 2-0 advantage there for compLexity in that fight. At least Fear, though, in the meantime, luckily spotted the helmet dominator.
Both teams still pressuring sidelines as that happens. But that's a massive kill. They finally managed to take that shot of him. Get more of his network all of a sudden doing very, very well. Wow.
All misses from Sumail again. Not quite there in time. No Blink Dagger. He just built his Vanguard, so ways away from that Blink Dagger.
Be a big window. EG lack cash, right? Fast running on time to time, but still it's not reliable. If there's a Sentry Ward or if it's too deep, it's a miss. But at the same time, it lets Axe push these lanes out super aggressively. Danger at all. Helps play more like a core hero rather than.
Leaving that Blink Dagger though, then they can really start getting things good. Having RTZ die is a giant advantage for compLexity. It's still a 2K lead for like EG at this point. But, Moo is starting to get back into it. He already has his Necro 1. He's building into now a medallion. You saw the Necro 1 do some work. They're going to lose this tier 1 tower though. Whether or not it remains to be seen.
Dire structures are fortified.
Dead, yeah.
And once these tier 1 towers drop, they have to worry about Ursa.
You can't even imagine. Dire's middle tower has fallen until you're wounded or put down other carnage underway.
Yeah, they're not cool down for a bit. I don't know what happened to it though. Anyway, that's not important. What is important is that they continue to gain this advantage down 2K. They continue to take towers, both tier 1 bottom and mid taken down. Obviously, the next logical progression will be into that top tier 1. Like you mentioned, Roshan always a factor with this Ursa as well. We'll see if compLexity can try to find their own tower or maybe a pickoff or two. They're starting to get some room for Chess, who's now building Wellington Sphere. Again, he can carry this game, but he's going to need room to work here in terms of getting his items and whatnot.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They're still farming lanes, right? When you look at E, not overreacting, they're just out pushing lanes, farming 2 lanes, trying to play the map team compLexity.
Tower is under attack.
Heavily commit towers right now because tier 1.
Under attack.
And it just gives them a window for Roshan.
Radiant's bottom
Ursa has a great tank, Roshan's gonna die super fast.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Can't get out there for the restoration.
That's the problem with bringing so many heroes down to the bottom lane from that tower. It's just, it becomes really obvious when you see only equipment hitting the tower, the heroes off the map, there's no one there. They're not showing mid or top, so.
Just grabbing himself the Aegis.
Like cordwood before Axe's axe.
They leave an arcane ring. They might work on the tier 2 tower stop them. The first thing they need to do though is back 7, try to defend this tier 2 tower in the bottom lane. You can see Misery is coming in.
There is a sentry ward though.
Very close. He's walking right on the outside now. They spotted him. Moo thought about going forward, decided against it. And Misery knows there's a sentry there, considering there's a range creep hitting him, so he has a pretty good idea of what's happening right now. However, this allows compLexity to get the hell out of there and stay safe.
So Aegis on Ursa now, and he's close to Blink Dagger, 100 gold away. That's bad. That's when he can just freely jump in with 4 so many spells.
God, Suno is taking a giant stack right now that will give him his Blink Dagger and a little bit more on top of it too.
So they just hit all their item timings. Blink Dagger on Axe, Blink Dagger on Ursa. It's complete too.
So it was pretty much time to go. Blink would be great if they had it now and looking for Limp, but they're not going to find him. And again, still pushing bottom. This is good for compLexity. They only have 2 heroes here, trying to put some pressure on this tier 2 tower. But they have found Limp, and Fear jumped in. They actually had the Centaur Conqueror stomp ready. I'm pretty sure he just waited for the Quap to blink, and then he Centaur Conqueror stomp. That's actually insane.
It was very nicely played. He ran in the mid lane, faked out the clap, and then throw us behind.
That's nuts.
Look at this. Got a wagon too.
They can really start pushing if they want to.
Funny to think that the game, a lot of teams revolve around these before they actually want to push it up. Right. Yep, 5 minutes comes out, let's go, 10 minutes comes out.
That is for certain.
Packed up. Freaking might get vision.
Winter's Curse keeps Arteezy. They don't have enough damage to kill Kyle yet. They didn't get into this really. He's still in trouble. There's the Echo Slam onto 2. Crit getting low. Arteezy actually took down Deep on the back lines. There's the calling plays. And despite them Winter's Cursing Arteezy and trying to find something, Kyle couldn't really help out with his vision because he's the one that was called. And they're going to turn this into a tier 1 tower very easily for EG.
Jesse had his TP canceled in the bottom lane too.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
Honestly, you can't stop this push at all from EG. I don't think there's any way they can fight the double Blink Daggers in the Aegis moments.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
It's really difficult at this point. And they're still ways away from the Sage's timing. It's 2 minutes before. I think actually more than 2 minutes before.
Are they
gone?
Close to anything?
The red mist spreads.
Maybe the lane gets here, but even that isn't really going to help you that much. I mean, yeah, Chess I gotta die. He hasn't really been dying in the first place.
Like at some top, you can just blink in casually. Can't really use
tower
much on it because
Dyer's top
EG
tower
are
is
just
under
straight up
attack.
running at compLexity right now, trying to take down the tower. Spear's getting low. He still has VA, just doesn't want to use it just yet. The Voodoo Restoration will keep him alive for now. With the last round is and this is going to be a tier 2 tower. And the only thing Chesty can do is just farm bottom. And in the meantime, Misery's also dealing with mid too. So. Moo is just getting ran. Arteezy has an SNY, the perfect run at you item. Sumail trying to find the calling blade. There's the Battle Hunger. He won't dive into tier 3 talent though. Coming in behind, it's going to be another great. They know where the crop is. There's being tailed. It's going to hit one brave. They're going to find a second as well. Is it going to be enough spike Carapace? Not going to be or anything. He just links on out. So he will survive at the very least.
What a shame. Misery didn't have his mana for the storm. For enough damage to finish him off. Still, EG, they're just rolling down lanes from tower to tower, complex, top and middle. Lincoln Sphere is pretty much done on Morphling, but you're right, I feel like it's not going to change.
No.
Still need more.
Maybe like a
what is that
shotgun maybe, when afterwards, like an Imperial Blade for Chesty.
Go in 5,000 gold they can fight?
Exactly, that's the problem, right?
That is a big problem.
I mean, maybe you go for a cheaper item just because you know you're going to lose all of your towers if you wait any longer, but...
Quite grim.
Yeah, it certainly is. You're looking for a good Winter's Curse, perhaps a Sonic Wave and an Echo Slam to follow it up. You need the really perfect considering they're down this much gold, 10,000. Moo's going to be called out. Jump in, there's the call. And we'll get off the Cold Embracing and the Winter's Curse, but Arteezy should be fine. Fear is on the back line, taking down Kyle. And we'll take down Moo first. Kyle will also get jumped by Fear. Looking for another, it's going to be Z-Freak getting chased down. Trying to juke and jobbies. Arctic actually up in 6 seconds. Nice juke, but it's only going to keep him off for a moment. The call is there. They will use it. Double kills. Fear and a dominating spree for them as well. So 3 dead, and EG are trying to put the finishing touches on this game as they work on this tier 3 tower in the mid lane.
Game of the Massacre, it fell, feels like it became so difficult.
Right.
Roshan died, 2 Blink Daggers went up immediately afterwards. I don't know what they can do, honestly. Like, Shaker Blink Dagger is probably their best bet.
I mean, the only thing Chess has been able to do is just been quickly at this point. Sonic Wave hits on Fear. He's still at V8, surprisingly enough. It's actually going to be dropped to Defiance with Jesse now called up. still attribute shifting, getting sprayed twice. Pretty tanky, of course. Here's the back stuff up. They've taken the tier 3 on. Here has the Enrage. He's going to use it. Going to try to turn on the limp instead. Sumail gets the call right on the Jesse, but now it's the limp. Here now might call Echo Slam coming in. This is a good fight for complexity. So now Sumail might get dropped next as well. Adaptive Strike, one more auto attack, and it's going to be 3 dead for EG. And they will hold for complexity. Barely, but they will hold.
All right.
They need that like times 1,000.
Jesus. Rough.
Yeah, I mean.
No, but in all seriousness, Shaker got 1,000 gold off that team fight, one more, and he has Blink Dagger. There's hope. It's not completely. Now there's no 8 half to fight into his bend, but.
Yeah. If they can get this 2-1, maybe things start going back in their favor. I mean, Jesse does have a lot of farm. He is building the Ethereal Blade.
A lot of time for them to keep.
Yeah.
It's a very nice team fight execution. Played the fight very well.
As Radiant's middle tower falls,
game's not over yet.
middle finger rises.
1 Rax block.
Yeah, melee Rex, not even the full set, which is a big deal.
Where's your inner complexity fan? Bring him out.
I'm trying. I think that it's definitely a possibility. They're playing. I mean, the last team fight was really well done.
Radiant's
The lane phase
tower is
really
under attack.
they were in a disadvantageous position for so long.
Pain's still trying to play catch up as well. Finishes Orchid isn't that bad of a timing, honestly. It's just not ideal because SF is so.
Right, that's the issue. It would be fine if Limp and the SF were sort of similar in net worth, but that's not the case at all. Shadow Fiend is not doubling him yet, but he's getting to that point in terms of net worth.
Cole, they do play very well as a team, making
War
plays
has come to Radiant's bottom tower.
Dagger like help him get to Blink Dagger, but either just
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Trying to find a way in. They might find Z-Freak here. They'll see the Splinter Blast, whether or not they want to try to head in that direction. Looks like they will. RT's will wave out real quick, and then they will get the tier 2 tower bottom. So complexity get like 2 or 3 towers in the span of a few minutes there, which is pretty nice. Moo was building a Blink Dagger he had in his quick buy, decided again, now goes instead into the Necro 2, so alright. Oh, that's a Spirit Vessel.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
taking over some map control. I'm pretty sure they're just gonna start to spawn pretty soon. Close up pretty. Blink Dagger though, Earthshaker, very close.
Yeah, that's the big item.
Much like Cordwood before Axe's axe,
getting
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
Then the next timing for EG, potentially Roshan in 1 minute and 2 seconds. Keep the waves pushed out. Also head to that tier 2 tower in the bottom lane. Try to take that objective. So you take all of the map control away from complexity. See if that's going to be the case. Sumail has been spotted. There's a ward. Limp broke the smoke actually, which was pretty well done. And then he blinks himself out of trouble. In the meantime, another TP completed, which was by Moo. He's back at home. And EG, they're able to find anybody with that smoke of the Sea Gang, so they're all gonna head out and back to the base.
Know exactly what's going on now, and Chessie needs about 1,000 gold. That could be it, honestly. The Blade and Blink Dagger come in. But EG, they aren't gonna let that happen. They're just running down lanes. Objectives.
You gotta give it to complexity. They've really brought this back. It's like only a 5,000 advantage, where it was a 10,000 maybe a few minutes ago.
Oh, their gameplay after losing Brax has been very, very good.
But it still will come down to that one high ground defense, or that one Roshan contention.
Well, look at the setup. Melon's already placed a ward up on the high ground, so we'll see. Blink Dagger picked up Earthshaker, and the EP is only a couple hundred gold away from chest.
Yeah, they definitely want that item before they try to take a fight, but it's going to be close. They might continue to push high ground now for EG. They're going to friends first, so this will get some more time for complexity to get that Ethereal Blade. Jesse really wants this item. He's so close. He just needs 1 or 2 more camps. If you're EG though, don't you think you might head to Roche instead? You get some wards down and try to keep the base out and head to Roche at this point?
Sure, they can run down a lane together, complexity back inside their base, then fall back to set up around the Roshan pit, and then all of a sudden you're walking into the darkness trying to S Roshan. That puts you in the awkward position. Playing to yours.
They do have the Blink Dagger on the Earthshaker though, so the Blink Echo Slam is available if they can get into the pit. And true, he's close though, he's getting there. Maybe they need the tome, I don't know.
Hog spots out Roche, and the
looks like
they recruit the open.
Yes.
Fine ice armor to everyone.
Mage is fabulous, let me tell you.
Jolly dude.
Yeah, he's just throwing out those ice armors. He wants to play compLexity because of course he can't protect the smoke, but he knows they're missing from this jungle. Where are they?
Only Ursa to win the Roche though, right? They don't want to walk into the pit because that.
They see here now. Chess's smoke is broken. There's the echo from the back line. That heads on to two. The fish along with the wave. Sonic Wave. That's the combo they've been looking for. compLexity will take a 2-0 advantage in this fight, and they're going to try to find more. Potentially Roshan, and now if you're EG, you have to regroup and get back again. Sumail has the blink call. They might want to go for this
20 seconds
3 versus 5. There are a lot of creeps in that Roche pit. Sumail has been spotted though by Z-Freak, the Arctic Burn. Blink now put on cooldown. He also has a Yule Scepter. Roche is getting lower and lower, and it doesn't look like EG are going to be able to get this in compLexity. A great team fight, a great Echo Slam from Kyle turns it around, and now things are even up, even a little more here as they'll drop it back down to about a 5,000 deficit from that.
Very nicely done. We got a real game now, Mont. This game up nicely.
Yeah, I mean, they still Arteezy is still the big issue. He has 16,000 net worth, but this Ethereal Blade from Morphling is going to make the lives of the supports pretty miserable for EG. They're going to get blown up. There's already a lot of damage from Chessie in terms of auto attack damage.
We also have no BKB. I guess the axe is actually pretty good here for Ursa. Stuns for Roar and that way.
Yeah.
But SF went for Lincoln Sphere. Mac fight him later on.
Yeah, I think so. Earthshaker's starting to do some serious work here. It could get a lot harder for EG in the near future. They've taken all the outer towers. They've taken a tier 3 and the melee racks.
Top. Probably gonna die.
Dead. First bash 2. That's not even fair. He couldn't even get the glimmer off before he died.
Want life's not.
That's true. Spear will secure the kill. He's very close to his Aghanim Scepter. He's sitting about 600 away. He will helm with a Dom the siege creep yet again. They might try to do something here. I mean, they would be fighting into Aegis and Cheese. Who checked the Cheese, by the way? Cheese is on Limp, Aegis is on Jesse. Okay.
Haste.
So we'll see. I mean, I guess you just farm if you're EG for another 5 minutes, wait out the Aegis, try to do something then. But this is 5 more minutes for compLexity to get their own farm back and get Chessie some more items here, like the Scotty that he's building into.
I don't think they'll sit back and farm for 5 minutes. They might not be able to make anything happen, but they'll probably still try to set up a silent, like, figuring up top, looking for the wires. They can find a key hero, like the Earth Pain, Beast. One of these key heroes, then maybe they can make it happen afterward.
It's going to be a lot harder to do that on the Limp now as he has the BKB ready to go. He's literally 5 gold away from it. That's going to upgrade for him. So
made a swift recovery back in this game.
I mean, it was a disastrous mid lane, right? I mean, it was like down like 30 to 5 or something ridiculous like that.
Starts that biggest nightmare playing Queen of Pain.
Yeah,
Snowball hero, very early game centric. Lane pressure.
Yeah, I mean, he had help. Arteezy did anyway. And then the Wish Factor crit babysitting him. There's the Aghanim Scepter now done for the Ursa. We have an aggressive position from him. He's all the way in there trying to get some vision down. And he has placed a ward up under the Uber Cliff. And compLexity, they're looking for a smoke of disease. It seems like EG are ready for this. They're back inside their base. A ward was dropped down along with the sentry by Z-Freak, which was not spotted. And instead, they will move into the 2-2 tower. They know that there's people behind Chessie for sure, absolutely, but I don't think they can take this fight into the Aegis. They'll break the Lincoln Sphere as they have Battle Hunter at the ready. They're trying to split with Arteezy as well as Misery, and it's working, but they're going to lose that 2-2.
High ground is still difficult for compLexity.
They've got the call. Chessie, can they pull him back? Just a little bit, but where's the follow-up? They need Misery there. Spike Carapace, Impale, anything. He had to TP back. They're still trying to chase. Misery is blinked up, spotted him, Impale. They have the Battle Hunger. Yule Scepter will go through. Battle Hunger breaks the Lincoln Sphere. The call will come out nicely done, but he is strength morphed at this time. Now Sumail needs to be careful. In fact, he might just get caught and killed here. He's in the death zone at this point. Right in the middle.
Chessie has no damage at all.
They're trying to fight though. He'll blink himself out of trouble here. It looks like they get off the cold embrace to save Chessie's life, but a good blink back from Sumail to keep himself out of trouble after the call came through.
It's sad when you get called when you're morphing to strength. Attacking for 10 seconds with no damage because they're stunned, or you're like haunted or whatever. It's just so weird.
That was like the most awkward engagement ever.
Yeah.
They do damage to each other. They're just sitting in this corner fighting and just like hitting each other and doing no damage.
Trying to make something happen because they saw. But at the same time, you can't get hard on the Morphling.
Right.
Trying to bait out the other hero.
So there is a gem, by the way, on Moo. I don't know when they picked this up. He also has a Shadow Blade, surprisingly enough, too. He's doing pretty well in terms of net worth.
Yep, Swindle bought the gem a little while ago. Picked up his blade.
So they are going to lose Aegis here in about 30 seconds for Chessie, and this is the timing window for EG. They're going to try to make a smoke happen. Of course, complexity, they probably won't get caught out here. They're all playing together, pretty much sitting behind Chessie, making sure he's safe. They're already, like, got plenty of HP, strength morph. Maybe they find somebody. Arteezy's close by. He has spotted Chessie. They're going to make a go, potentially with a call. They need damage here, and the Arteezy will provide it.
Still very hard to kill on the Morphling.
This is not going to work out. Let's get out of here. And complexity continue to survive. They have kind of plateaued this net worth deficit to 5K.
They have made a very nice comeback.
Yeah.
Super early on in this game.
It all comes down to that team fighting they've had with the Echo Slam on a 2, Fisher, and 2 Sonic Wave. More than enough damage to get those 2 kills, and then that kind of gets them back into the game because they secure Roshan. And from there, they get some more room to work with. But now the question is, what does
fades from sight,
other than keeping the wave switch out, which is what they've been doing for the past like 5 to 10 minutes.
But they need some help. He's gonna walk into the gem. Yep, they know he's there.
So, Misery's nearby as well. He's also indebted. Moo's maybe looking for a target. The rest of complexity are actually on their way for the most part. Although Chessie's just farming and maybe not. Cal's down bottom.
You know, it's been so hard for EG to find picks on the silence because
Dyer's courier shall carry no
far away
more.
pretty soon. But speaking of Master Sumail behind them, do they know?
Well, so I think Moo hasn't spotted them yet. They got the courier and Misery TB'd out in the meantime while that was all happening. And Sumail will not spot Moo, nor will they spot each other. Moo will not see Sumail. They're not going to be concerned. They'll just continue to keep these waves pushed out, continue to get more farm for all these heroes. What are the big items we're looking for some of these heroes? We have a BKB now on Arteezy, so we thought that might be an issue, but he does end up picking up that item.
BKB and Lincoln's. Or First Curse, one of these abilities.
Very tanky as well. 23 armor along with it. Butterfly, of course, so we had evasion work with on top of all of that. Defensively, Arteezy, it's going to be tough for them to kill him. The Fear is not too easy to kill either, considering he has an Ag himself.
Yeah, he's super good against. Even the Shaker combo, you can't get chain stun. You can't get chain stun to block all the damage.
Blaze Mail, Chessie's been caught. There's the impale. They've broken the length of Spear, but again, they just don't do any damage. No spins coming up for Sumail. There's the Adaptive Strike to cast. Lim gets a kill on the other side onto Arteezy. They're fighting in the back line, and they will actually secure a 1-for-1 trade. They will drop the gem. Here's chase Kyle down. This point, he will be embracing the ag, except for going to work. Kyle has another Fisher. Winter's Curse in the back lines. Chessie coming in with a waveform. They're going to get this kill on Defear, about to drop down. One more auto attack. And Lip will secure a double kill. Not only that, they might find Misery as well. Assassin has been caught out. There's the Enchant Totem. They blow him away with a scream of pain. And all of a sudden, Fear are feeding one by one. And EG Sumail, he's got thrown now. Limp pops the BKB. We'll get the call off. Sumail is going to yield himself up. Drop back down, Fisher waveform, and a 4th kill for complexity. And all of a sudden, they almost wipe EG in that fight where it was split into 2 for the majority of it.
Game's all complexity down. Managed to catch out the Shadow Fiend. Earthshaker caught him on the back lines and they exploded him. Game's insane, man. What's going on?
That was beautifully separated, making sure they have 2 different sides of the fight. They didn't. Arteezy is a lot of that damage. Maybe if they had them there, they could have but he was dealing with the act, making sure they couldn't get involved. And all of a sudden, they're pushing his tier 3 tower. You buy back on Fear. Arteezy's back up in 10. They might just lose this tier 3, and then complexity can back up, but they will still lose the tier 3. At the very least, they may lose more depending on how long complexity wants to stay, but they will back up. Not trying to get to Shrine time. Shrine's next as well. And they've pretty much evened it up. In terms of the numbers, the net worth is continuing to drop, and it probably will be in favor of complexity after the Shrine is dead. That is insane. Complexity have brought this back from a 10K net worth deficit, and now they are doing some serious work, especially with Chessie having Scotty. Next Roshan is up in 15 seconds, Brax.
Have the Beastmaster Hawk advantage. Road champ. Honestly, that's doing a lot of work this game. Hawk giving the random Shadow Blades. Running around giving... It's when it gets to this stage, it's so hard to play it. Because it helps them find the catches better.
Beastmaster Mu has made some furtive move, making sure they can get some vision all across the map. They have a DD on Arteezy. This might be their best opportunity. They have been scanned, and compLexity are in the area, but EG are not going to commit too hard for this Roshan. Maybe they smoke, and they will try to make a move either into the pit or for a kill. They've spotted Limp. He's back in the base. The rest of compLexity.
Nice. They're just run straight down mid and whoever tries to clear the. They probably think around the Roshan pit. Of course, there is a Hawk.
There's a Hawk, so they know that. And, I mean, compLexity are very scared at this point. There's a lot of them sitting in the trees. They're not even going to show for this creep wave.
Well, they're actually going straight to Roshan. And two of everybody's back.
And they still have this DD for a moment longer here for Arteezy.
Oh my god, it might just die.
And this thing will still die quickly. With Fear and Arteezy, this thing is going to get dropped very fast. And Rage comes out. compLexity are on their way. They have all their abilities. This is a big fight because, like you mentioned, the refresher shard is there. Misery will go for the Impale Find. The Glimmer Cape will drop the sentry down. Roche is low. It's a dead. They'll jump and lift. There you go. Coming out. Chesty wait for doing some serious damage. Sonic Wave onto the death force. Arteezy still fighting. They're going to fight. They get off the corner break. Double kill for Arteezy. Winter's Curse comes out. Fear might fall, but he's so tanky. He's not doing enough damage. Arteezy will finally drop his own teammate down. It's a 4-for-2 trade. compLexity are actually winning. Fights about Arteezy going to die twice potentially. Mu, no roar. Aegis is now gone. They have the gem on the deck. They're going to try to find him. Limp a little bit low. He has to blink himself out or get it up. Getting dropped. Mu doing some serious damage along with Z3. They're going to Arteezy. This kill. Arteezy will take one, and he's standing his ground. But it will still be a team wipe. Plus Aegis gone for Evil Geniuses. compLexity somehow taking that fight with a huge Echo Slam Sonic Wave, despite not having Chesty for the majority of the engagement.
Now compLexity are leading it.
Yeah.
What happened to the
I have
refresher
no
shot?
idea. Somebody has it, I'm sure.
There are a bunch of things flying around. I don't know what happened. But
Where's the courier?
Dire's bottom tower is
There's a
taking
gem on
many
the Dire
wounds.
courier. Radiant courier has nothing. Did the refresher just like get used or something in that fight? They must have been.
killed. I'm not sure which. But everything is gone.
I want to check the combat log, but that's not gonna. I'm not. That's a little too much. And Cheese is gone, Aegis is gone, Refresher Shard is gone.
Everything's gone.
That is insane. That is a fight that happened around the Roche pit, and all 3 of Roche's items were used in that engagement. Which makes sense, though. I mean, you have like these big cooldown heroes on compLexity side with like Winter's Curse or Echo Slam. It's important to get that shard, and if you're trying to survive, use it. So I mean, it makes sense that it happened in that fight, which was a bloodbath, by the way. I mean, it was nuts.
Yeah, again, the Shaker initiate fight just destroying. Was a good counter initiation from the Axe and everything. Honestly, it's not enough, especially when you spend your BKB3. You're hitting Roshan. You're kited, you're gonna die twice. And honestly, these core heroes on the side of compLexity, they don't really die. Morphling, super tanky, Queen of Pain. Same thing, very difficult.
They almost had him even earlier in that fight. Like, Chesty is so tough to take down, and then he got Cold Embrace, and it made it even harder to kill him. But they did put a lot of damage on him from Arteezy and Fear. They focused him down as hard as they possibly could. But now the issue that Limp is actually doing some serious work.
Feels like a real hero in this game.
17,000 net worth. He is now here. He had, again, one of the roughest mid lanes I've seen against both Arteezy and Crit, of course, on the Shadow Fiend and on the Witchstalker, respectively. He had like 5 last hits to 30 was the CS score at that point of the game. And now he has a PKB, he's got an AC, he's working on, of course, the Maelstrom, the Mjolnir, potentially already has the Orchid. I mean, he's got everything he needs for these team fights now. And he's also level 23, getting very close to that level 25 talent, the Fear, if he wants to get it, or the Spell.
Yep, feels like compLexity's game now. The ones that are out pushing and play very sporting.
So here's the issue with compLexity winning that fight. Okay. They win it 3 versus 5, they take the Aegis, but they don't get the Aegis, they don't get the Cheese, they don't get the Refresher Shard. If they get those things, they can try to push and maybe try to win the game. Do you think you have to wait now for compLexity, or could you potentially just try to keep the waves pushed out and go for a tier 3 push at some point.
Like they're in no rush to end this game. Harder. They'll always have the advantage of being able to fight before.
Right.
Sure, then Echo Slam, Shadow Fiend, and it's gonna be a problem the entire game for us. There's no real way to itemize again about getting tanky enough and having vision on. Then they're putting the Beastmaster for that purpose. Exactly. Like, look at this.
This is very dangerous to picture though. Yeah, looks like there's
slow though.
Scotty's slowed down though. He might be in trouble. Echo Slam keeping him in place now. On the other side, Limp's getting caught out. There's the Abyssal Blade. Ethereal Blade comes out and blows up here. And now Arteezy is going to be next to BKB. Will not save him. The roar came out afterwards, and that is too much. 3 dead. Crit now on the run. Kyle has no fishery. Just used it. Limp ready to go with another Shadow Strike. Crit actually jukes up to the high ground. They won't find him. Nice juke play there, but the problem is Fear, no buyback. He's dead for 63. Arteezy has one. He doesn't want to have to use it, but he almost certainly will. Otherwise, this game will end. And in fact, the game might just be over all right now because of that last fight, which was...
It honestly might. Shadow Fiend buyback not as strong as he is. Souls afterwards.
And they get crit on top of it. He's dead for 53. No buyback available. Jets will grab the rack. They'll grab the tier 3 tower in the bottom lane. compLexity. It looks like they might have done it. They might have brought this game back from a 10K deficit. Now up 5K, but more importantly, up Mega Creeps, it looks like potentially. Snail will take down one. That is Chessie getting dropped. That is actually big. They might keep this alive for now. They might keep their Rex in the mid lane also secure. Limp looking for Snail. There's the Eul Scepter. Avoids the Shadow Strike. Z-Freak is really low. Trying to fight at this point. Does he have the Archberg? No. 5 seconds. Limp continues to jump in. Sumail in trouble is going to go down to the Soul Burn. Misery is going to be next. He'll have to use his Vendetta. Limp has to bring himself out of trouble. Z-Freak, they might have spotted him in the tree line. He's going to go for the Cold Embrace and the Spirit Vessel. Getting raised twice. There's the Impale. A triple raise plus an auto attack. That will secure another kill. And compLexity, so close to taking Megas, but they get dropped on Chessie, one of the most important heroes. He dies solo to Sumail.
I was actually very surprised they're able to...
Worthy tribute.
But I guess it makes sense. Blade mail and everything, but just so used to seeing this hero not die.
Yeah.
Saves.
He's still tanky, but they are shredding him. They have the damage, especially with Blade Mail.
There's a lot of gold on the side of the bed now. They all have like half an item.
What is
Mags.
it? Eul Scepter's already up for Sergey's had that for a while. Looks like he's got a Blade next. Alright. There's a lot of interesting items here. Nullifier for the Wyvern. This is...
Can't wait to see that. I feel like he'll never get it.
No. We'll see. He may get there if this game somehow goes long enough.
Game's not over yet at all. Shadow Fiend hit a 25 power spike plus per soul. So he gets 108.
He's also going Bloodthorn too. He knows he needs more damage.
Waited to deal with the Morphling. He has no BK working on it now. Haven't quite yet.
I like him going for the Halberd. Makes sense.
Very nice. A lot of these fights come down to just... You have to survive as long as possible with your...
Haste.
SF rely on the... Gotta tank up, make these fights last as long as... Down. Fight's easy.
Yeah. Wearing the other team out, essentially.
Last to be... We got enough.
I mean, even with those
Look
guys,
at this.
this is the problem. He has no buyback, he is going to get roared, and that might just be the end of the game. Just like that. That is insane.
Gonna run down, and yep, there's the...
He's drawing it. Let's go. It's time to finish this game off. Kyle's happy. They've taken down Arteezy, dead for 100 seconds. Of course, no buyback, as he just used it. The only play for EG now is they're going to try to split and go for this Rax in the bottom lane, potentially. They could come back and try to defend, but they're defending for the survive. That's exactly what
They're coming back anyways, because they won't win the race.
They called in something big. I'm not sure what it's going to be.
They're smoked up. Maybe this is it.
Sunelli jump in there. The skill. Chessie alive for now. Good call to break the Sonic Wave coming out. Fear is alive. He's doing fine. We're going to get off the Winter's Curse. That'll be on to Nyx Assassin Misery. Fear is the break is done now. No BKB to wait for. They're going to drop him dead for 85. They just fought back on his field, but everybody else is dead. It's 4-0 here for compLexity. And it is GG. compLexity with an amazing comeback here in the second game of the day. They will move on. They will play up against OG in the upper bracket finals of the Blue States.
They're early in the soul. they were unable to close out the game. Yeah, you know, they fed a little bit too much on the high ground after they took the racks, and all of a sudden, 200 gold, crazy come.